Hope that everything's going 5 by 5, and that you're all having a happy, healthy, prosperous day. And most importantly, you're doing good. It is Monday. Happy Monday. And I come to you not to talk about Bitcoin or even about the situation on the ground here in the realpolitik in which I happen to be living in at the moment. But instead to speak with you about something to do with marketing, and that is certain usage of words. Okay, in marketing and in sales, we do certain things with words to convey certain messaging, to convey opinions, to influence people, right, to suggest people certain things, to get people into the mindset of going down whatever rabbit hole we want them to go down, whether that's a marketing funnel, a sales funnel, a curiosity funnel, right, some other kind of funnel. And we're basically playing shoots and ladders with people, constantly shifting them around, moving the demographics from one bucket to another, from one set of circumstances to another. And we do it in order to promulgate the agenda of the corporate overlords who hire us to do this stuff, or for whatever agenda we happen to be either remunerated for or volunteering our time for, either as pro bono or some other kind of free work or barter work or freelance work, whatever it might be, subcontractor work, doesn't matter. Okay? We're doing all kinds of things in the marketing and sales world, and a lot of it has to do with the words we use, right? Words, images, video, audio, messaging, format, medium, all that kind of stuff. Is it a YouTube short? Is it TikTok? Is it a long form video? Is it a billboard on a highway? Is it a radio ad? Is it a TV ad? Is it a cable ad? What is it? Right? Print magazines, print newspapers, books. What is it? Right? From the marketing point of view, everything that you say, everything you communicate has to do with marketing and sales. They go hand in hand. Right? There is no sales without marketing usually, and there's no marketing without sales being the purpose of it in some form, whether that sale is free or not free or otherwise. Right? It could be an exchange, a barter, whatever. There's a point of action which closes the deal, so to speak. Right? Makes the person be more involved with your group, idea, organization, company, product, brand, service, individual. It doesn't matter. Right? You're getting more involvement, more brain engagement, sometimes more financial engagement, maybe most of the time. Right? So there's a whole system of funnels to drive people through. Right? And there's the whole AAP funnel and other funnels. There's or the 4 A's and R's, the R funnel. There's no shortage. Hi, by email address. Okay, email address, goodbye. So some of the words that we use are very soft words, and they don't have a harsh meaning in any way, right? They're just informative, adjectives, right? Some of them, for example, like the word conspiracy, right? Like I put in the title of this video. Conspiracy is a very hard word, right? Not hard to say, not necessarily hard to spell for most people, or even hard to imagine, but it's a problematic word. It's hard in the sense that it has a lot of weight. It is a very charged word. It can be politically charged, culturally charged, linguistically charged, and it can be charged in many ways. And increasingly, it has been a word that is weaponized to delegitimize or discredit those who use it, or not even those who use it, those who expressed views that other people can say are conspiracies or conspiracy theories. And that's not to say that there aren't a lot of kooky conspiracy theories. There certainly are. But there are also a lot of real conspiracies, that did happen, and those are provable. And yes, the Tuskegee Airmen is a perfect example of it, but that's certainly not the only one. Okay? President Nixon also conspired, right? He was impeached for that. Many people have conspired, right? Many groups have conspired. There's no shortage of historical references of groups of noblemen conspiring against the king, or groups of senators conspiring against an emperor, Julius Caesar, right? Or a would-be emperor, right? There's a lot of conspiracies that are historically proven to be fact. But there's also the case when somebody is not stating a conspiracy at all. They're just stating provable, observable facts, and they're being talked down by people who have a perceived higher level of authority in the eyes of the peers who are observing the dialogue, right? Even if their authority is not specifically higher, even if they have some expertise in some relevant field, it does not make them authoritative on the specific subject matter, right? And there are many cases where people are not saying anything conspiratorial. They're just stating facts. And instead of being given the opportunity to demonstrate it, they're being talked down by those who have more influence and power as being conspiratorial. Oh, you and your conspiracies, you and your conspiracy theories, right? That happens a lot in marketing. Happens a lot in legal stuff. Happens a lot in sales. Happens a lot in business modeling, business development. Why? Happens a lot in government-related stuff. Why is that? Because it is a tool weaponized to discredit those who say things that go against the would-be authorities, right? Or those who stand against such an idea. That's why, right? It's a discrediting tool. The word itself is used to discredit. In fact, that's why the word was popularized about a century ago, right, in the early 1900s, even as far back as the late 1800s, but really in the early 1900s, it was used to discredit claims about labor and labor abuse, right? It was specifically used for that. So when people discredit those who use the word conspiracy out of hat, just by saying, oh, it's conspiracy. No, not everything that is said is a conspiracy or a conspiracy theory. It's just an observable fact. And not everything that is an observable fact deserves to be shouted down or talked about into oblivion to discredit it. But that is, in fact, what happens. And that happens a lot in marketing. And I thought I would mention that as a marketer, we do use words to our advantage to influence people. Usually it's ethical, but there certainly are cases where companies task their marketing and salespeople to do unethical things. And that's all I wanted to say. All right, talk to you later. Bye.